Fire-type Pokemon, everyone's favorite type, and objectively just the coolest. No one can tell me otherwise. So for this run, I'll only be using all odds shiny Fire-type Pokemon. Also, using hardcore Nuzlocke rules. Hopefully you enjoy and subscribe. Now let's go. Alright, by now we all know how every Scarlet run starts, so let's speed through this. Director Clavel breaks into my house with a present for my mom. We collect our starter Fuecoco, battle Nemona twice, meet an ancient bike, get given 3 quests, and meet the professor. With that done, we can finally start the actual run. We start by picking up a purple blob of goo and make him do the tango with Fuecoco at a picnic so I can steal hundreds of their offspring. And I mean hundreds. So I got to hatching, and after 25 boxes of eggs, I finally found it. Next egg, 748. Please, come on, come on. Yes! Oh my god, yes, finally, oh my god. So I named her Grill, and after 30 hours, yes, 30, I could finally continue the story. Our first stop is the Cortondo gym where we face Katie the Bugwoman, and obviously we cooked her. Shortly after, Grill evolved into a Crocodile, and then we took on the giant crab. With a combination of Yawn, Dig, and Arven actually being useful for once, Cloth goes down pretty quickly. With 2 battles down, I thought it was a good idea to get my next shiny. And just outside of Artisan, you can find Oricorio, and its shiny is really cool, so I just had to get it. After just over 5 hours, I finally found it. Oh my god, there it is. Yes, that's so cool. That is sick. Oh wow. That is awesome. Okay, it's level 19, so we can't use it for this gym, but we can use it afterwards. So Hotpot won't be joining us just yet. The next challenge was Brassius, and once again, he's a grass type trainer, so I think you know how this went. With the battle against Giacomo quickly approaching, I decided it was a good time to get another shiny. So I went back to the cave below Poco Path, and after 3 hours, I finally found this. It looks blue. Is that blue? Oh my god, it is. Let's go. Let's go. That looks good. I named him Oven and was on my way to cook up a giant bird. This giant stork faced a similar outcome as the giant crab before it, going down to Yawn, Air Cutter, and Oven once again. We are now faced with the first Team Star boss, Giacomo, whose first Pokemon Pawniard is melted by one Incinerate, leaving just his Starmobile, which didn't cause much of a problem as I whittled it down with Hotpot and Oven enough for Crocodile to come in and get the KO. With another 2 battles down, I think it's time for another shiny. My target this time was Roller Collie, and this one appeared in just under 5 minutes. Is that? Oh my god, that is so fast. It was so fast. That was like 5 minutes after killing the outbreak. Named him Furnace, I then met Nemona in Levincia, quickly beat her Pokemon up, did some quick evolutions, and went to take on Iona. The real life VTuber starts with her Wattrel against my Houndoom, who burns his wings with Flamethrower. Bellybolt comes in, so I deal some damage with Oven before bringing Grill in to knock it out. Luxio is brought out but quickly suffers the same sizzling fate, leaving her ace Pokemon Mismagius. After dealing some heavy damage, I then bring Carkol in to squash it and beat Iona. We move on to our next challenge, our Team Star counterpart Mela. Her starting Pokemon Torkoal gets buried by multiple digs from Grill, and her Starmobile is the last one left. But since Carkol completely walls it, I can bring him in and it's an easy knockout with ancient powers, showing Mela who the real Pyromaniac is. The giant Worm Titan is up next, but it gets completely obliterated by Houndoom's Flamethrowers. It's been a little while, so I think it's time for some more shinies. So my next target was Capsakid, and after 10 minutes of hunting, I found a shiny. Oh wait, oh my god, not the shiny we're looking for. Well, not the right one, but a few hours later, I was able to find him. Oh, there it is. Capsakid shiny, let's go. I named him Wok, evolved him into Scovillain, and went on to my next destination. After buying some magical algae, I was able to take on Kofu, whose team gets dismantled by the newly acquired power of Scovillain. Up next was the Shakespearean ninja Atticus, who does a flip and leads Guntank, and I lead Hotpot, who cuts it up without taking any damage. For the Muck, I deal some damage before sending Oven into Incinerate, and Revavroom suffers the same fate, leaving just the Starmobile. And with the combined powers of Furnace and Grill, we can get the win. Afterwards, Furnace turns into a rock giant, and Grill evolves into a 10-meter croc. After squashing a bunch of innocent people, it was time to take on Larry. His first 2 Pokemon get burnt to a crisp, leaving just his Staraptor to suffer the same fate as the innocent people before him. We are not out of the woods yet, as we have to fight, guess who? Nemona once again, who we swiftly kick to the side and move on. Now on the way to the next gym, you're not gonna believe what happened. Oh my god. I was just heading to the next city, and look at that. That's crazy. But that's not all, as only 10 minutes later, this happened. No way. What is this luck? I wasn't recording again. No way. What the hell? With some wild shiny luck out of the way, it's time to take on Rhyme. She leads with a Mimikyu and Bennett against Oven and Grill, knocking out the Mimikyu pretty quickly, and the same happens to a Houndstone. Her remaining Pokemon Toxtricity and Bennett also go down to a Dark Pulse and a Shadow Ball, ending the battle. We are just going to ignore the fact that I tried to use Yawn on Bennett twice, and we'll just move on. Now it's time to address the giant elephant in the room. Well, Desert. And the great task in question is dealt with swiftly by Hot Pot and help from Oven. With a couple battles down, I think you know what time it is. Shiny time. Alright, my next hunt was Rotom, and this one took a while, so after a few hours, I did end up finding a shiny. Oh. Shiny Murkrow. Oh well. Still pretty cool. Yes, not the Rotom, so I had to keep hunting, which turned into another 6 hours before finding the red electrical creature. Oh, yes. Finally. Oh, look at that. I then named him Stove and transformed him into his microwave form. The next opponent standing in my way is Tulip, leading with a Ferrograph, which gets destroyed by Dark Pulse from Oven, and the Espathra suffers the same demise. The next Pokemon is Gardevoir, and after dealing some damage, I can bring Grill in to knock it out with Torch Song. All she has left is Florges, which suffers a crushing defeat to a Shadow Ball, leaving just one gym leader left. So after hitting the slows, I can take on the final gym leader, Grisha. But with the pink nuke on your team, it's not that hard at all. Heading north, we can meet our next victim, Ortega, who leads his Azumarill against Wok, but gets bombed by a bunch of seeds, leading him to bring out Wigglytuff next, which gets cooked by a couple flamethrowers. His next Pokemon is Dashbun, and after dealing damage and setting up a sunny day, I can bring Stove in to get the KO with a discharge. When the Starmobile comes in, I can do massive damage with Overheat before bringing Grill out to knock it out. Our next destination is Kazuroya Lake, home of the giant sushi titan Tatsugiri, which with the help of Oven we take out pretty easily. With that done follows the last Team Star boss, Eri. She leads with Toxicroak against Grill, and after putting it to sleep, I can cook it with 2 Torch Songs. Her next Pokemon is Lucario, and sadly it flinches Grill, so I switch in Hot Pot to beat it with Revelation Dance. This leads to her bringing in Persimmon, which gets demolished by an Air Slash. She counters by bringing in Annihilate, but it suffers a similar fate. Her most troublesome Pokemon is left, the Starmobile, so I bring Wok in to set up a sunny day, letting me get some major damage in with Wok and Stove before bringing in Hot Pot, and then finally being able to knock out the oversized Parade Float. Since it's been a while, I thought that before the Elite Four, I should get another shiny. So I went off to the caves and found this. Oh my, is that? Oh, it is. Come on, is it female? It's male. Damn. Looks like you're going in the box. I named him Bonfire and put him in the PC Purgatory. Alright, it's time to take on the Elite Four now. And this means our next opponent is obviously Rika. But with Wok, I can one-shot most of her team with Wishcash going down or Bullet Seed. Donphan getting taken out by Bullet Seed to avoid Sturdy, and her Dugtrio, Camerupt, and Clodsire all suffer the same CD fate. The next member is the child of the Elite Four, Poppy. But I'm gonna be honest, it follows the same outcome as the Rika battle, but for this one, the big pink nuke was the star, knocking out everything in one hit, besides for Magnezone because of Sturdy. Larry, we meet again. But this battle didn't start as I planned, because I accidentally started with the wrong Pokemon, but it turns out it didn't matter, as Grill has the ability to obliterate any team she battles, and Larry suffers that fate. Up next is the most troublesome member, Hassel, who leads with Noivern against Furnace, and after setting up a Stealth Rocks and almost getting knocked out by a critical hit, we can take it down with Rock Blast. With that, he brings out Dragalge, so I pivot to Wok to take the Hydro Pump before sending Grill in so I can put it to sleep and then knock it out with 2 Earth Powers. His Haxorus is up next, and we have to take a big risk here using Sing and hoping that it doesn't miss, otherwise the run will be over. But it lands, so I can start attacking with Shadow Ball, but he wakes up and lands a Rock Tomb, but we survive and take it down with one last Shadow Ball. The Flapple brought in next is taken out swiftly by Hot Pot, leaving just his Baxcalibur the hardest part of this battle. Here we have to risk Hot Pot's life by using Teeter Dance and hoping that it hits itself, and luckily enough he misses the attack, but we have to keep attacking hoping for the miss, but he hits. But we live on 1 again, meaning we can knock it out, defeating Hassel. We are now face to face with top champion Geeta, who overall is pretty easy, as Espathra goes down with 1 Dark Pulse, Avalok and Kingambit both go down to Torch Songs from Grill. Veluza also falls at the hands of Grill, and after putting up a light screen and sunny day, we can take out Go-Go with Stove, leaving just the Glamora, and with the light screen up, we can safely switch to Wok and obliterate it with a Solar Beam, making us the champion of Paldea. But that isn't where we stop, as we go and swiftly deal with Clavel, Arven, Penny, and Nemona's final battles before heading to Area 0. As I was heading through Area 0, something crazy happened. Oh my god. I was just heading down into... No way! That's crazy! My shiny luck in this run has been incredible. It is now time to take on our final obstacle, AI Professor Sada, leading with her ancient mutated slug which gets destroyed by an air slash from Hopper. With her Flutter Mane entering, I can counter by bringing in Furnace and blasting it away with a single rock blast. As the Brute Bonnet comes in, I decide the easiest answer is to let Furnace pass so I can bring Stove in and set up a Sunny Day, but then forgetting that it has Sucker Punch, he sadly goes down as well. This lets me bring Oven in to get revenge with a Flamethrower, but after the Sandy Shocks comes in, all he can do is get some damage off before being taken out as well. So I bring Wok in and KO with a Flamethrower. With Scream Tail coming in, and after getting a burn, I decided to bring Grill in to get the kill with the Torch Song to get the special attack boost, so that when the Roaring Moon is brought out, I can beat it with 2 disarming voices, ending the battle and completing the challenge. Thanks for watching. Watch one of these if you enjoyed. Subscribe. Bye.